Hello, everybody, on this cloudy September 15th. We're halfway through the month. Surprise, surprise. I'm sorry I was late today. I kept you waiting too long. I do apologize. I ended up getting a phone call as I was getting ready. I ended up getting a phone call that wanted to get my political opinion. And, honestly, I think it was for the other side. So I have a feeling they're not going to use it anyway. But I just couldn't help but give my political opinion. Because, as you know, I don't really have opinions, do I? So, hello, everybody. And all kinds of things to show you, and one surprise over here. When we get closer to the end of the show, somebody came down to see us, somebody you've been asking to see for a while. So hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's just getting dark there now. Yeah, because you're 6 hours ahead. Yeah, wow. So that's pretty good. So you want a pink project. Do you like my pink blouse that I have on? I was looking through my closet and I said, I tend to pick the same ones. So I said, find something you don't always pick. Now, I don't see her yet. So we'll hold on just for a second. But I've got something. If y'all see Debbie come in, Debbie Holt, give me a holler and I want to show her something. So I am so sorry for being late. I am trying to get ready for my 50th reunion. And as part of that, we decided we really needed to do some fall cleaning around the house. Because I've been very creative this summer. And so doing deep cleaning has not been something I wanted to do. But Mark has been wonderful. I got all of the carpets and all of the rugs steam cleaned, and he helped with that. And then he brought his shop back up to do behind furniture and cobwebs and, trim around and on top of furniture. He's been a doll baby, and I'm very thankful. But we're going to have a house sitter here, so I wanted to make sure that that we got some cleaning done. And oh, look at all these people! So, plus last week I was so busy. I got my hair cut one day. I got the went to took the car to the shop and got the oil changed another day and had it a little check over before we drive. And then the next day, I went to see my daughter Becky's new house, and they're going to have a wonderful blended family. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. It's Becky comes to the relationship with her two kids, and he comes to the relationship now with a wonderful, sweet mom, Mary. So they have found the coolest house to rent, and it is amazing. And the kids will have their own zone, and the mom's got her space, and then they have the shared family space. The yard is gorgeous. And so it was so much fun. But every day I felt like I was running around. But yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, there's Pat. Well, let me see all who's here before we get going too far. And again, I apologize for running late today. Your time is valuable, and I try very hard not to waste it. So I do apologize for that. But Marcia, first person here, she's such a dear. Our Marcia Florm, who is our hostess with the mostest. And I actually printed out your mailing label for that quilt I'm sending you, Miss Marcia. And it's going out this week. I've got it on the schedule. So I'm just so terrible about, it's like I hate sometimes going out because I usually My glasses are acting up. But I usually have so many things here planned, and it kind of going out interrupts my rhythm of things. But Mitty and Lisa, yay, Lisa. I did bring down, let me see. Hold on, guys. I did. This is the class that I guess Lisa's taking it too. But this year, I just couldn't. There was a class that was really gorgeous. But I said, oh my gosh, it's a lot of work. So this is the one we've signed up for. Cross our fingers that we get this. And but I love those little birds. So luckily it has a coloring sheet, and I think I'll make a couple copies of it. And then I'm going to really audition colors so I can have it just what I want. But that's always the fun part. You know, it's like take a class. Ooh, now I get to look for fabric. So that's always the best part. So, okay, let me go back to my list now. And Mitty is here, and Pat is here. Elaine is here from Scotland. And let's see. What is 20.17? Oh, the time. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. Now, so 20 would be 8 p.m., right? 8:17, almost 8:30. That's really cool. Lisa brought 3 vintage machines this weekend, a Singer 99, a featherweight, and a 301. Oh, that's wonderful, Lisa. And let's see. Oh, Lisa's going to make all of her birds red birds. That will be pretty darn cool. So, speaking of machines, Miss Lisa, I'm frustrated. You know that a few weeks ago, I took both of my Jukies in. I have a DX7. I have a something 600, 700. I have 2 Juki machines. And the one I've had good luck with for so long. And the other one has been a problem from the beginning. And it is my nicer machine. It has the auto presser foot lift. So that I was thinking when I spent the money to buy it, that would help doing thread painting and things like that, any kind of art quilting, because you can keep both hands on the piece that you're sewing, and since the foot lifts, you can pivot and rotate more easily. I spent $360 on my longtime Juki because it broke a hook gear. Okay, the part of the bobbin that turns, it broke the hook gear. Well, I understood that. The other one, I think he just timed it, and I spent $180 on that. So $360 and $180 is a hell of a lot of money. Pardon my French. And I was working for a couple weeks with the one that I think might be a lemon, and it started acting up. And now it won't do a zigzag without binding up. So I've got that sitting aside. I contacted the Juki junkies and said, what do I do? And so we agreed, and I went online and bought a bobbin case, the black bobbin case, not the metallic one. So I'm going to see if that does anything, but I'm not too sure. So then I'm sewing this last week with my longtime favorite, and it started acting up last night. And I was only doing these little squares. So I was not using it in an odd manner. I was not doing anything heavy like thread painting. I was careful and went to a different needle. And I tried everything. And now I'm frustrated because as of right this moment, neither of my Jukis is working. So I'm very disappointed, and I don't know. I'm going to put the new bobbin case in that one. Maybe I'll try it in both and just see um, if maybe there's something wrong with the bobbin case. But I'm starting to think it's something to do with the thread cutter. I don't know. So, but then I'm gonna take it back to the place that repaired it and say, look, I just got through spending over $500 and they're both not working now. And I've been sewing for 40 years. So I don't think it's anything that I'm doing. I think by now I would know what things to not do. So I'm very frustrated. But anyway, enough of that moaning. But so oh hi Coco 68. How are you? I Debbie is probably not going to be here, but she made these wonderful bowl cozies, and she made them with flamingos, which you know I love. In fact, it goes with my top today. I wanted to tell her how much I appreciate these. I've never had bowl cozies before, but I had heated up some lunch today and I was able to bring it down in the bowl cozy and not burn my hands. And then in the evening, when we eat ice cream, I'm able to put the bowl in the bowl cozy to keep my hands from getting cold. So it's really a lovely thing. And I wanted to make sure she knew. I think you're right, Lisa. I'm starting to become discouraged. And I know that Jukies have a phenomenal reputation. They are the world's most popular industrial machine. But I it's hard to know what to think when I'm having so much problem. And I don't even want to add up what I've spent for repair bills in the last 3 years. And I would go years and years without, and think, oh, I guess I should check the timing. But I'm getting really frustrated. So I will keep you posted on that. See what happens. So anyway, I was working along. You know me, I'm loving, how I'm loving that quilt. And I want to get it finished. And so here is the final top 4 rows. And I started with this. And I love how it goes from black to very pale colors. But I am loving this. And I was hoping I would get down here in time to finish off this row. This is a light teal and a light medium green. And then I'm going to go to 2 dark greens. And then this will fit right under here. So I am loving that. It might not be the only one I ever do. And, I've had this heart fabric. I've had that heart fabric for years and never known quite what to do with it. It's working out really great here. So I know I brought down all my dark greens, but I know now that I ran out of time. So I won't be getting those sewn. So I'll put those away. And then I will show you. Last week, I was trying to finish up this block and I got it finished. And that was block number 12, I think. 12. And then I was talking to Miss Lisa and she was having problems with block 15. So I said, I'll skip to 15 and see what's going on. And she's right. This is a tricky block. Okay, and this is our English paper piecing, which I do love. Hi, Charlene. Did I get all the way through everyone to Charlene? Because, I am extra. Lately, I have been extra, what do I call it? Distractible. So So, Charlene, in Florida, ladies who live in communities that are not allowed to put political signs on their lawn, they are painting. Yes, yes, I saw that. In fact, my daughter sent me a picture of it. Oh, it's on my phone. I almost started to put it in with my pictures today, but they're painting their flamingos blue. So, yeah, when I was asked all the questions today, I was getting frustrated because you have to answer them exactly like she asked them. And I was just like, hey, I am in love with Kamala Harris. Anything else you want to know? So, but anyway, thank you for telling us that, Charlene. I think that is precious. And now I understand why they're painting the flamingos blue. And I think that's awesome. So anyway, it's 2/3 of the way done. And I have any of you who want to work on this project. Lisa was right. This is a tricky thing. Thank goodness she had told me, so I went into it knowing use extra caution with this one. It's tricky. So let me show you. Honestly, I think some of the paper piecing patterns are slightly off. But I mean, so slightly, I don't think you can put a number measurement on it. But this center went together beautifully. No problem. Then I started one of these. And I really like this. I think that is so pretty. Looks like carnation bouquet or something with these. But everything kind of technically fits except the way these are scattered out. It's like these aren't quite the right size. So be careful. Oh, thank you, Elaine. I saw this fabric last year at my retreat in November. And I kept looking at it and thinking, well, I didn't want to keep buying new fabric because I want to use what I've got. But this fabric just kept calling to me. And if a fabric taps you on the shoulder and says, you really need me, you should listen to the fabric. So I finally, before the lady who had the little pop-up shop, before she left, I went over and said, I'm sorry, but I have to buy this fabric. So, of course, she sold it to me. All right, so this is what I want to show you. This is what I want to tell you about this. And I do think that these diamonds were just a little small for the space they have to occupy. So I did all of these first. That worked beautifully. Then I put these on, no problem. But do you see these, the way the squares are put? And this has to come over the edges. That's where I had the problem. Melton is here. Kathy Klein is here. Oh, wonderful to see you, ladies. So that was the problem. So let me tell you some things I did. It didn't make it easy, but it made it easier. I find that when you're working on English paper piecing, it helps if you pre-assemble some sections, like pre-assemble these corners, because these were a little wonky about wanting to fit, even this, it was like, so, but pre-assemble. So that means it's very tempting when you've got that needle and thread in your hand that you put this piece, then you sew this to it, and that, and that, and that, and that. Do not do that. And I'll tell you why. Because you may think you're sewing them so perfectly in line that you've got them lined up perfectly, but it only takes a little tiny sliver off. And by the time you compound it 6 times, that when you get over here, nothing fits. So remember that. when you do English paper piecing, let me give you another example. These wonderful 8-pointed stars, only sew 1/2 of those diamonds together, okay? Only 1/2, okay? Now, if you oh, Jody's here, and oh no, the bees are still holding the tractor hostage. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so start out. I started with this one, sewed this one to it. I went ahead and felt comfortable, so I sewed this one and this one. But never sew all of these together before fleshing it out. If you do that, like I say, you will think that you've got them perfectly lined up. That is not true. So these 4 together, that gives you a straight line right here. Then sew these 4 together, then sew them along the straight line. Okay? So the main thing with English paper piecing is do little sections. So here is what I did for these flower pieces. Okay? I sewed 3 together because I felt like I could do that. In fact, look here. Now, I thought I had these lined up, but see how this one hangs over? So these are really hard. They get a little wonky as you sew them together. I sewed them in a set of 3. That would be half of this star. Then I sewed the other set of 3. Then I come and put these together right here. And that way I can adjust them a little bit so that I can try to have a clean, when they go on this is on an angle, and I put these together like this, and then, but see, look, now when I put these up against let me move it off this. When I put these up against each other, watch what happens. So I'm so glad Lisa warned me. I go to put this square up in here, but do you see how it doesn't line up on, well, you can't really tell, but there's a gap over here. This is perfect. This has a gap. So, do you hear who's come down here to see us? Well, I tell you what I do, Miss Lisa. What I do is I starched it to make it lay flat because it didn't want to. So I starched it, I pressed it firmly into submission, left it to relax. But look, look at these, look at some of my pieces. They just didn't want to fully, look at this. They didn't fully want to line up. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. But when you're English paper piecing, do them in little segments, because especially something like this going all the way around, never sew all these pieces at once. Do them in pairs, do them in half, 3 and 3, whatever. The same thing with this. If you're making the pre-segments, you can try to, force them into submission. But here, this is going to go here. This is going to go here. This is here, like this. Then these little things will go here. This goes here. And then you've got another, this will go here. So you'll start to see how, actually, no, I got that wrong. This goes here, this goes here, this goes here. All right, there we go. So that's how it's finally going to go together. So I'm hoping that if any of you try paper piecing, that this will help you. And all right, so, and this is my little bag I keep all my supplies in. So I'll put that back in there for now. But anyway, so we've been getting some fall cleaning done, and because I don't want my house sitter to see my summertime mess. And then I've been getting things like making that pair of shorts and stuff, so I have the right clothes that I want to take, and then making the plans. Are you ready for this? So we're going to get there Friday and get moved into the place we're staying. Thank you, Don and Cindy. And then we're going to go to a, what do they call it? It's a tap room and whatever, like a little bar. And that's a meet and greet. And then, and I can't believe what drinks cost. Good thing I'm not a drinker, because 10 to 15 a drink? Are you kidding me? So, but it'll be nice. It's a little icebreaker for people to see each other. Then we're going to head over to Don and Cindy's, and he said he'd make us a dinner. And I can't wait to see their house. And then we'll go back to the lodge and try to get a good night's sleep. Then at 10:30 in the morning, we have to be at my old high school, because we're going to take a tour of the old high school. So we've got to get ready for that. Then I want to run Mark by the beach just to get our toes in the water for a few minutes. Then we're going to come back and rest, and then go to the main event. And it's going to be at an inn right on the water. I'm so excited. And we'll see everybody. And I love it. They take into account that this is our 50th and that we're all almost 70 years old. So it ends at 9:30. And I thought, good. And then the next morning, there's going to be a brunch. And so we will get home, try to get to the lodge, try to sleep, jump up, go to the brunch, and head out of town. So that's going to be a busy weekend. And then I'm going to come home, and I'm not going to do a thing. Poor Mark, he's got to go back to work, but he hasn't heard yet whether his retirement has been accepted, but we'll see. So anyway, it's going to be a fun weekend, but I only have a few days to finish getting ready and getting packed. And so today's show might be a little bit shorter. I hope you won't mind, but boy, we're staying so busy. So Mark's out working on his bike, because it won't be long after we come back that he's going to have his semi-annual bike trip. So he's very excited about that. So, the reunion weekend is kind of my thing, and his bike trip is time just for him. And I love that. Okay. Let me see. I'll go ahead and show you my bobbin lace. They hear you, Kiwi. So let me show you my bobbin lace. Kiwi is here with us, and I'll take her out in a minute. But at some point, she's going to get tired of sitting on me, and she's going to want to bite me, and she's not going to want to go back in her little carrying case. The reason she's in a carrying case is both birds. I have a cockatiel and this green cheek conure. And the reason they're in little traveling cases today is because I took their cages out back and scrubbed them down, their annual scrub down. And so they were not happy at all about going in these little carrying cases, and they don't trust it. I think they think, oh, we're going to the vet. But anyway, I said, perfect chance to bring her downstairs, because I've been promising y'all for the longest time. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the bobbin lace. I got a lot farther with it, and you won't believe this, but it really helps if you're in a quiet room listening to the instructions and watching the instructions. So I did this center diamond here, then went down across to this point. Now, when you're doing bobbin lace, you work on the diagonal. And at least with these, let me move these over a little bit, at least with these bookmarks. But you can't just work straight down. The way that you work the bobbins, it seems, hi, Polly. Oh, I've got good news for you too. Polly is going to, in a couple weeks, Polly's going to come teach me how to do those fiber baskets on the wash away stabilizer. And then when she teaches me, I'm going to teach you. So that will be very much fun. Oh no, those bees are getting into your hummingbird feeders. My hummingbirds are so busy right now, they're having a blast. So now I've finished all the way, this lace is finished all the way down to here. So what I'll do is I come over here and I'm going to bring down a stitch. So what I'm going to do is I think, and I'm not sure, but I think I start with this pair, these two. There's this pair on the outside edge, and then these two. See how they're all based right on that group of pins. So I will do a cross stitch. This, I like to sometimes tighten up these edges. Come on. Okay. I did that cross stitch, and then I do, what do you call that? Hold on. Cross stitch twist. And so each of these I did a twist. And I tell you what, learning this, it takes some work. All right. So where is this one? Oh, this one's over here. Okay. Ah, I see. It's connected to that one. All right. So now this pair was here. I crossed it over when oops, I'm sorry. Crossed it over. This pair was here, but I worked it through, and I'm working to the outside edge. So I'm going to do another cross stitch, cross, and this is a full cross stitch. Then I'm going to do a double twist on the outside. I'm going to come up, and on the outside edges, you pin under 2 pairs. So, whoops, and the wrong pin. Got to use one of these little pins. So I come up here and pin under 2 pairs like this. All right. Then I will, let me see, come back and close that pin. They call it close the pin because you don't want the stitches leaving that pin just sticking out there. So this makes it nice and tidy. And then if you see, I've got a couple little dots here. So what I'll do is bring in, let me see, I'm going to work these back through, do another cross stitch here, then bring this in, do another cross stitch here, bring that up. Now I pin under, whoops, pin under just 1 this time. So I'll put that pin in there, and you have to tension it because you don't want to get to a point and it's a mess. Then what I'm going to do is take these now, and I'm going to work in another, whoops, let me make sure I've got it right. Yeah. And now I'm going to do a cross stitch here and cross, bring it up. And there's one more dot that needs to be handled, so I'll pin that. Whoops, let me see, right up here. That one thing that I have found, I have to be more careful at not missing dots, because part of the reason that I had to take things out. So I kept missing dots. So now I've gotten this part done down here. I've gotten the 2 dots done. Then I'll start bringing these in and doing this work, which is the same as right there. I'll do this work here. So I'm getting there. It's starting to make a lot more sense. I'm still loving it. I don't know why, but it's something I always thought I knew I would want to do. And now I'll bring this out. I love this pillow that Mark and I made. I absolutely love it. I just think it's the best, and I think it cost us $35 maybe to make it. And you know what makes this roller right here? A fun noodle wrapped with, did I wrap it with batting? I'm trying to remember. No, I wrapped it with closed cell foam that I had hanging around. So, and just to remind you, my most recent thing that I did was this one, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm not making anything to write home about, but I'm loving it and I'm still learning. So now I'll move this out of the way. You would buy one? I tell you, I told Mark, I said, Mark, you really should buy one. He was like, huh. Or, I mean, start making them. He was like, I don't think so. But I do love that. So, okay, now, let me see. We will end up, we're going to work on our, this is going to be our main excitement today. Let me get, okay. Oh, yes, you can do that. In fact, there is a woman on YouTube called Cardinal Crafts, and she will teach you how just to use a pillow and clothespins and try your own hand at bobbin lace, so you don't have to buy anything to get used to doing it. Now, do you remember the fish I did last week? Well, I had to take a look again at that fish because I wasn't happy with the way I had it. Oh, you sent her a hummingbird wall hanging. Oh, Malcolm. But anyway, I went back and replaced. Mainly it was the fabric around the eye that I did not like. And here's the butterfly down here because it's a butterfly fish. So, and then here is the surgeon, the surgeon fish with his stethoscope. So we're getting there. I am, before I permanently add things on here, I think I'm trying to decide if I want to make this a little darker blue. If I make it darker, the blue will be prettier, but will the fish stand out as much? So, but adding, I'm thinking about adding more paint, because you know the paint, the more you add of that dye-like paint, the darker, more rich the color will be. So I'm still thinking about that. But okay, I want to be able to show you. Let me bring some things over. So I went and had made a little trip to my yarn stash. I'm so lucky. A former sister-in-law, um, I asked her if her and her friends had any snippets of yarn they could part with, and she gave me a wonderful big bag of it. But look at some of this yarn. I mean, how wonderful. That could be jellyfish arms. It could be all kinds of underwater plants. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Chenille yarns can really make some interesting, like here, this is really good to make different kinds of underwater coral. And you would just couch it onto the quilt in those shapes. And then I have various little snippets of things I brought down. Here is um, here are some seahorses to show me how to make those, because of course I think I'm going to want them bigger. But look at this. Is this the coolest? So this is going to be over here. I'm going to have a coral little outcropping. So it's going to come up like this, and this is going to be wonderful to sew on there. I can put down some darker fabric if I want. And but let me just start showing you all the goodies, because I just went through my drawers and just was grabbing. Look at this. Wonderful kinds of underwater plants. You can even, let's say, this is pretty neat colors if you wanted to put this on a sea turtle, you know? So look at your supplies in a whole new way. And look at this yarn. Isn't that fun? So then when you look at this, the colors, and what's really cool about this is this would be good for some of the coral in the background because it's the darker color. Then I thought, how about this for brain coral? You know, you can just couch this on and it will look like brain coral. So I thought that's pretty cool. Then a wonderful, I don't know if you want to call this chiffon or whatever, ribbon. And I thought, you know what? You can run a hand thread through it and gather it up, turn that into something. Yes, you're right, Marcia. And look at these. This is great for like little seaweed kind of coming up through the water. Some of these things can be used as bubbles if you wanted. Now look at this. Isn't this cool? Because a lot of the colors in a reef might not come through, and sometimes it's good to have just some neutrals. And then this, you can put it on a fish, or you can use it to kind of give the look of underwater movement, streams of underwater, little um, streams of water, that the animals are moving along underneath. Okay. I love this fringe. I'm going to find something really cool to use this. And things like this are great to put your fish half in and half out of, as if they're hiding in it. So think about that. Then here is an onion bag, which could make something really cool. And it's so flexible, you can put it in whatever shape. I just love this fuzzy yarn here. That's going to work. Here is a pumpkin bag, little baby pumpkin bag, but look at that. Great color. Look at this yarn. Isn't that awesome? So I can do all kinds of stuff with this. Look at this. This is going to be fun. So I plan on using most of this. Look at this. I plan on using most of this in this quilt. Look at this great eyelash yarn. Isn't that pretty? And I've used this before. It's a wonderful um, coral-like gathered ribbon that you can decide how you want to sew that on. I love this. Just nondescript, because understand, you've got to fill up these spaces for the coral. And then this, that's a cool thing. You know what? That would be good baleen for a whale if I were doing a whale. All right. And then that's not even going through all my different fabrics. But did you ever get one of these bath poofs, they call them? If you cut the string that they're tied up with, you get in there and cut. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to do it because I don't really like using these to take a bath. And, but I'm going to show you. You can get these from the dollar store, but you just have to get in here and cut. This has been sitting on my bathtub for years. Never used it. Okay, let me make another little cut where it's tied together. And it's just tied together with some cotton string. All right. Okay. But it's all about using something you have in a new way. Okay. So now look at this. Look at all of this that you can use. It's a long tube. And I love the scrunchiness of it. So just something like that looks like coral on a reef. Isn't that cool? Oh, Mary's here. Hi, Mary. She's been around, but she has, I'm a fiber store. Yes, that's why I call myself a fiber artist, because boy, have I gathered some really cool stuff. And then this doesn't even take into account Angelina fibers. I have all different color Angelina fibers. And Angelina fibers, you use an iron safe, like a Teflon sheet, and you can take the Angelina fibers and press them into a thin sheet, in between the layers of, in fact, I can show you. Hold on one second. I can show you how to do this. Let me just find a non-stick sheet. Okay. Let me move all my exciting fibers out of here. And I have more fibers. I just looked in one of my places. But I would have even more. All right, I'm heating my iron up to medium. You have to be careful. You don't want to overdo the Angelina. It can be burnt, so be careful. But, okay. I'm just going to take some Angelina fibers. And if you want you're going to create like a little wispy, ethereal fabric out of these Angelina fibers. Angelina fibers do not stick to fabric. They only stick to each other. So remember that when you're going to use it. You can't just press it onto cotton and that it becomes part of the cotton. All right, so here are my fibers right here. And I'm going to cover them so they're in between this Teflon or silicone mat. Then I take my iron and I just run it across. Okay. And now open it. And see, you don't want to overdo it because it would be very easy to burn it. Very delicate. And as it cools, it's easier to move. But now do you see what you have? Now you have kind of, and it's pretty sturdy, you have like a piece of fabric. So you could put it over fish. You can just use it as over part of your background. You can enhance. Let me see if I can grab one of those fish. But let's see. If you wanted to put it on part of the fish to give the fish a beautiful iridescence. You could do that. So Angelina fibers are a lot of fun. You don't have to buy much. It goes a long way. And what I'm going to do is put this back in this container so that it will be there for me when I get a little further along. But so those are Angelina fibers. And what I suggest, the best thing, I went in with my daughter and we bought some fibers and then we split them. We shared them. And that way it makes them a lot more reasonably priced. I'm trying to think if there's something else I was planning on showing you. But the next thing I plan, pardon me, I will get it ready. The next thing I plan on doing, the next thing I plan on doing is getting some interesting fabrics. I have a storage container of fabrics just for underwater um, quilts. And so that's one thing I'm going to want to do is start building the background with fabrics. Then the ribbons and the yarns and all of this will go on after that. In fact, you kind of got to decide when do you quilt the piece. So, but I like getting them all out and looking at them. I know what I was going to show you. Let me see if I can. I was cleaning out my jewelry box because I was doing the fall cleaning and my dresser was a mess. And let me show you what I was finding. And I think I put a few things in my pocket. What did I do with them now? Let me see. And some fun stuff. Well, it must have gotten lost behind something. Darn. Okay, well, I had a little bag of things. But what I did is I went through all my jewelry boxes and found mismatched or hush dog or things. Pardon me. Dogs, hush. But I got little things like what I had in my pocket. Maybe they're in my other shorts. Was a glass butterfly. Oops, sorry. Hold on. Okay. But I just pulled out some things out of my jewelry box. And I'm going to use some of these things in shadow boxes. I'm not sure all of what. But here's a little hummingbird. But just some kind of fun things. And I'm going to put them in a special container to do. Like this was, one of my children must have given this to me years and years ago. But these now are going to work their way into my crafting. And I've got another container that really had the coolest ones, but I'm not sure where I put that. It's probably under something right now. But these are going to go into a container because like when I do shadow boxes or you won't believe what I'm thinking of doing. I would like to take a book and cut a secret, a hole in the center of all the pages, glue in a decorated cardboard box, and then put treasures in it. I just want to do it. So I'll put that on one of my list of, this would be cool to do. So anyway, all right. Well, I think now I'm going to do show and tell. And then, well, she might like show and tell. Do you think you'll like show and tell? Huh? Kiwi? There she is. Let me get her out real quick. Hi, Kiwi. Come on. Come on. Come on, Kiwi. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Are you talking? Are you talking, Kiwi? Uppy downy, uppy downy. She might be a little too nervous right now. Look here. Look. Yeah. Yum, yum. Look. Yum, yum. You want some? Huh? Do you want this big one? Huh? Can you say hi, Kiwi? Kiwi. Want to dance? 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 Huh? Want to go uppy downy, uppy downy. Do you remember doing this? It's been a while. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Can you give me a kiss? Kiwi. No, she's like, it's been a while since I've been down here. I can't do this. So now what we're going to do is let's do show and tell. All right. Oh, but thank you. You've been wanting to see Kiwi for quite a while. Whoops. Kiwi, here's your close up. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, she's going to hide. She's going to hide. Okay. She's like, that camera looks a wee bit scary. Are you going to fix my hair, Kiwi? She's going to fix my hair right now. She doesn't like it the way it is. All right. Show and tell pictures. So for some of you who maybe didn't remember Kiwi, I got her, I guess, 5, 6 years ago. And she used to be a pretty regular part of the show until she came to sexual maturity. And then she would bite me too much. Because during my show when I'm talking, she didn't know what to think of that. So we'll see how she does now. She's ready. Ready? She's over here just chatting away. All right, show and tell. Also, I did find one thing. Hold on. This, okay. I found some messed up photos, and I wanted to apologize because I think some people haven't been seeing their show and tell. So I will try to get that straightened up. But let's see how many we've got. Yeah, I'm still missing one. There was a Carol Ann or something that we're missing. So I will try to get that straightened out. Here's our Miss B and her wonderful, wonderful. Oh, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn off this so it doesn't shine on it. What do you think, Kiwi? What do you think? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know. I know. All right. And let's see. Miss Betty. Oh, Miss Betty. When she sees this, I love her pod that she made. I saw them it was either AQS or it was Quilting Arts. They had an article on making pods, and I love it. And I said, oh, our Betty did that. She knows how to do this cool stuff. And her dahlias. Oh, I love those dahlias. And another view of her pod. Love it, love it. So Miss Betty is up to date on her art, and I'm just so proud of her. Miss Bonnie sent us a new piece today. She finished her, oh no, let me see. What's this? Oh, darn it. I thought I had her new, you know what? I think I do have two show and tell folders. So I'm sorry. She sent us a picture. Whoops. Hold on. Oh, goodness gracious. This came unplugged. What are we doing? What are we doing? I know. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if you're still here. I know memory card is full. It's okay. Let me see if you're still here. Okay, here we go. All right. Here, I'm going to have to show you this view, but whoops, come back. She has finished her wonderful petal quilt. So she's got that all the way around. It is beautiful. But I will make sure I have it by next week. In fact, I didn't have a chance to go in and um, look for everyone's last minute stuff. So I do apologize. But okay, so let me see. Now let's go back through. I love Miss Bonnie's work, but she has finished that petal quilt table runner, and it's lovely. All right. So now let's see. I think we covered her wonderful. Yeah, we saw that her wonderful dragon she just about finished. So I am so sorry that we've gotten confused. And, oh, no, don't need this one. And somehow I had a folder get inside another folder. Let me see. Miss Jody. Yes. Yes, it's not a very good show and tell. I do apologize. And you know that next week we will not have a show, but the week after we'll definitely be back. So I love this octopus. Love it. Okay. Now I was hoping to have more things made for the show for the undersea quilt, but yes, I am missing. I love this partridge quilt. This is just beautiful. Let me bring it down just a touch, but it's nice. Whoop, not that much of a touch. Oh, this is silly. There we go. There we go. So I love that quilt. She did a beautiful job. And her birds that she hung suspended with fishing line. Really wonderful job. It looks like looking out 4 panes of glass at different birds. And she told us that she used some fabric markers and acrylic to make the berries and the needles. It's just beautiful. Very talented lady. Very talented. Goodness. Look at the thread painting. Whoops. The thread painting on this female cardinal is exquisite. Wonderful, wonderful job, Miss Julie. Love that cute little plump chickadee and a close up of her partridges. Isn't that great? All right, let's see now. Who do we have? Miss Mary sent pictures of her paper piece, English paper piecing block. And I'm loving her sweet colors. Reminds me of a 1930s quilt. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? I love it. She did a pretty good job with these that fan out because that's the ones that I had trouble with. So good job with those. Okay. Thank you, Miss Mary. And let me see. So I promise that during this time, I will get these photos worked out. I absolutely adore this. My daughters sent this to me and it had me in tears. I loved it so much. I loved this. Ah, and let's see what else. Then my granddaughter sent this. We were all watching you on the show today. I thought it was so cute. And then here are my grandsons and my son, and they're showing what presents they got for Donnie's birthday. I always send a little something in for the one who's not having the birthday, so they have a little something to open. This is from my friends Don and Cindy. They just got back from Paris, and this is a Starbucks in Paris. I'm like, Starbucks? Wow. So amazing. Never been to Paris. It's just amazing. And then here is where the lodge where Mark and I will stay during the reunion time. So I'm very grateful that we have that wonderful place to stay. And here are my grandsons playing with all that boy energy they have. And these are the costume parts that I sent them. It was a pack of 20 costume parts. And oh, they're having a grand time, I can tell. So here's Donnie. He just turned 4. And there's Russell. He's 5. Okay, so I think that was it for my pictures. And hopefully I'll have plenty of pictures of the reunion to show you when I get back. All right, so now go back to show and tell. And oh, Melton did send a bunch of wonderful pictures. I love this quilt she made. It's a tied quilt, really nice. And you know what you can connect your 3 layers of quilt by using yarn to tie them. And I bet you Melton can tell us and she did some hand quilting too. Oh my goodness. So she did both. I guess she put ties where it's a bow tie. How cute. And Melton can probably tell you how to tie them so that they stay in place. That's neat. Love it. And these yummy Turkish treats. Looks like pine cones. And syrup. I bet you they're delicious. I love this quilt, tessellation quilt, just meaning it takes one shape that fills in all the spaces. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that nice? The quilting is gorgeous. And placemats, fussy cut hummingbird centers, cute flowers. Those flowers are just so modern and contemporary. I love that. Wonderful tote. I love the trimming. I guess after it's washed a bit, it'll be a chenille type tote. And crazy quilt tote. Let's zoom in so you can see all the stitches and the ornaments. See, it's good to save little bits and bobs because they come in handy when you make an art tote like this. I love this building. That is absolutely beautiful. And a kitten that she spent 3 hours saving. And look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? So serene. So these are some of her pictures from her vacation. I wonder how old that building is. Isn't that beautiful? And look at this cute pup. I think that's her puppy. And they roasted ears of corn on the beach. How cool is that? What a treat. And there's Sunset with her puppy on the beach. Isn't that beautiful? That would make a wonderful quilt. And look at this. Looks like an Amazonian lagoon in Turkey. Isn't that beautiful? And then her instant download printable bookmarks that are in her online shop. So, and feel free, Melton, to share the location of your online shop. And let's see now. Miss Mitty sent us the most beautiful postcards. Look at this. Oh my. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all those French knots and lazy daisy stitches and oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. So, I'm thinking as I get older, going small is the way to go. Okay, Miss Pat, let's show her cute little moose quilt. Whoops, let me make it a wee bit bigger. Oh, nope, I think the other one is actually, I love this. My job is to collect from flamingos. I'm all for that. Look at this cute moose quilt. Pat, you make the cutest things, hon. And we want to send our love to your sweet hubby. I hope he's feeling good today. And we love all of our members and their wonderful spouses and family and friends. Now here, I'm going to show you this basket that Miss Polly has agreed to teach me. And we're going to do this. So in about 3 weeks, hopefully, I'll be ready to spend a day teaching you how to make something wonderful like this. Isn't that great? I love it. I love that room too. That is just beautiful. Okay, now let's see. Go back to show and tell. Come on. And I think that's we've seen all the others. I'm going to do one thing. Is there, I was looking to see where those other show and tells might be. Because they're here somewhere. I saw the extra ones. And in fact, let me see. Um, well, I'll be looking for them this week because I feel really. Oh, well, here it is. Let me see. Ah, here they are. I did find them. Anne Lewandowski. I wondered where her wonderful artwork went. Look at this. I love this. So I'm going to make sure I pull these all back in to the main folder. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe I fell asleep and clicked it. Oh, here's Bonnie's. Okay. So this here is her newest one right here. I love this. So these even went into the alternate universe. But she's really done a good job of that quilt. I know she's going to enjoy it. All right, then let me head back. Oh, wait a minute. She was even doing hexes. So I think sometimes things get put in the wrong place, and I do apologize. All right. Now let me go back to this one and see. Betty Meisner. I think we've seen, yeah, we've seen this. Oh, and here, there is her fish. And so be thinking, use some of her techniques, lamaze and the different layering to make your own colorful fish, underwater fish. I just love that. And see how she cut some fabric to look, she cut her fabric in the shape to enhance what she was doing. I love that. So, okay, now I have found this folder. I will definitely combine them, and that way we don't miss anyone. All right, good. All right, I think I can't wait to make that thread basket. With all of these fancy yarns that I've already gotten pulled out for the undersea. And then, whoops, did I unplug this again? Oh, this thing is acting up. Oops. Okay. I think steam cleaning the carpet was easier than this. So, and you would not, I don't know if I want to tell you how dirty Oh, you don't want to get on this? You know, oh, we caught her to put her in. We caught her with a hand towel to put her in the little cave, the little carry-all. So she's still angry about that. Oh, Kiwi, hey, look. Do you want to play with something very shiny? Look at that. Ooh, you like that? Huh? You like that? Oh, yeah. What do you think? You want me to lay it there? No? You want it? Uh-oh, you let go of it. Here. There. Want to play with it? Huh, Kiwi? Uppy downy, uppy downy. Want to do uppy downy? No. You want to pick up the paper clip? Yeah, good girl. So anyway, there we go. Oh, up. What's Mary doing? Question. Yes, Mary has a question. Oh, Polly has a question. Where'd you get your medallion quilt pattern? Medallion quilt pattern. Which one is my medallion quilt? What medallion? Oh, playing with the mama's necklace. You like that? Yeah, that looks like fun, huh? Yeah. You're playing with my necklace. Oh, you don't want me to touch it. It's your toy. Oh yeah. All these toys to play with. What medallion quilt pattern? So thank you, Mary, for being so good at getting my attention. It worked. Oh, yes. Is it the Italian mosaic, which I can't wait to next week, not this coming week, but the next one. I'm going to go no contact and work on that Italian. It is from a book. And what I will do is I will put it down below this. Once I get upstairs and go looking for the book again. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey. Yeah. What are you doing? You want to see this? No, it's too big and scary. Well, what about this one? Do you like this? Oh, no, you want to come over to that side? Look. She's like, that was a scary toy, Mom. But I will go up and look at the name of the quilt. I bought it used for $5 or something off of Abe's book. Did you show him how your feet are fine now? Remember that 6 months ago, she got her foot caught in a thread, and that was scary. I know. Now, don't bite me. Kiwi. Kiwi. Hey, don't bite Mama. Ouch! That was my ear. Now stop it. Mama is not going to let you bite her. This is why I stopped bringing her down here. Because I'm talking to y'all, not paying attention to her. And it was like, no. All right. She did hurt my ear. Would you like something to eat? But now you see why she doesn't join us every week. She gets bored and she has a little tantrum. Like right now, she's trying to hurt that bowl. She's just mad. So, all right. Well, I'm going to have to get ready. I thank you for asking. I will put the Italian Floor. I will put the name of that book. I'll put that there. It's not exactly one of the dogs is moving the quilt. That's her alarm call. That's another reason she doesn't always join us down here. Now, who is moving that quilt? But I know it upset you, didn't it? Yes. But I will put the name of the book down there. And Polly, when you're coming over here, I'll show you. Because it's not a pattern like you're used to. It's more of long drawn out written discussions and a lot of inference. So I'll put the book down in the comments or the little description below this. And then when you come over, I'll make sure to show it to you. All right, everybody. It's been loud but fun. Thank you for joining me today. And I promise that the next time you see me, I should be a lot calmer and more together, because it would seem the older I get that the worse I am at multitasking. But take good care. I can't wait to have our color wash quilt done. I dearly love that quilt. And you see my undersea adventure. So I'm going to be using some ideas that I did from that one, plus some of my inspiration photos. Can you give me a kiss? Give me a kiss? No, no. Are you shy? Oh, I know. I know. Yep, she's telling me now. She's done. She's done. I know. You're done. I know. Well, y'all take care. Have a great week. Thank you, Miss Monkey and Mary. I don't like calling you Monkey. You're my Mary. But thank you very much. And I'll see you when I get back. And then we'll really get busy on the undersea quilt. But hopefully I've given you some ideas that you can start gathering stuff you want to do. And I'll see you not this next week, but the one after. Okay? Take good care of yourself. Do something just for you. All right? Bye-bye, everybody.